Hi everybody, welcome to another Crafting with Kimberly. Today I am going to be making pressed flower bookmarks. So make sure that you have watched Lauren's video on the language of flowers before you do this craft. So what you're going to learn about in that first video is that flowers have meaning. A lot of them symbolize different messages that you can send to yourself or to others in bouquets. I'm going to do it with a bookmark today. So I actually went out and on the property, walked around a little bit and pulled a few flowers just to kind of give you an idea of what I did and how to prepare for this craft. You can pick herbs and different flowers that you think are pretty. This one was in the garden here at the Vance Birthplace. It is lavender. Now there are many varieties of lavender. It is an herb, and the flower and the oils from lavender are used for different kinds of medicines. It's most commonly used for aromatherapy, so you'll find it in different lotions and sprays, and people will use it because it can have a calming effect. So it smells really, really nice, and it can help people feel calm, to relieve anxiety or stress, or even help with insomnia if people are having trouble sleeping. So I like lavender a lot. It also can symbolize purity and devotion, so that's a fun one. This one I like just because it's very bright and pretty. It's yellow. We found this one on the property. We didn't actually plant this one. We did plant the lavender, so that means that this one's probably been around a while. This is a field wild mustard green plant. This is the flower that comes off of it. Someone probably planted this a long time ago. We don't know who, but it's been growing here before our time. And so I just think that's really cool because it has a lot of history, and I like the color of it. It's also used to make canola oil, which is kind of cool. Now, this one is kind of fun. We have it all over the property here at the Vance Birthplace. It's called mallow or cheeseweed, which I find funny. It symbolizes a sweet disposition, and it also can symbolize love, protection. I've also heard and read that it can symbolize good health. So if you put this into a bouquet, you can send that nice message to someone that you care about. It's also edible, so people will add it to salads. So that's interesting. Now, I actually started this craft a few weeks ago so that I could show you all what I am doing here. So I have pressed flower kits. So like I said, I'm making a pressed flower bookmark. So what I did a few weeks ago was pull some flowers from around the site that I thought were pretty, and I pressed them in these kits to kind of flatten them, get a lot of the moisture out, dry them out so that I can then place them onto a bookmark. So I am going to open up these pressed flower kits to kind of show you what they look like when they're done. So they've been in here for a few weeks now, so it's going to be the first time I see them too. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so you can see there was a piece of cardboard there, and then I've got a piece of paper that I'm taking off. So the paper, it's even kind of a little bumpy from where the moisture from the flowers kind of messed it up. So when you're pressing it, you don't want it to be in between pages of things you care about. So you can see I pressed these small pieces of lavender. They change color a little bit and look a little bit different once they've been pressed. So there's one. Set that to the side. These, I thought I might be missing a few. I'm going to slide these off so that you can see what happened here. Oh, all right. So I'm just going to kind of like delicately push that off. But got a pretty flower here that I pulled from out on the property. So this flower, when it blooms, is a pretty bright red. It's called quince. And you can see here, after I pressed it, it's really become more of a light pink color. So it changes a little bit when you do that. I've got more that I clipped off, like little smaller pieces, and you'll want to be careful because they kind of get stuck to the page. So that's why I always do a few extra, just in case one tears a little bit. It's not a big deal because I have a few more. And sometimes if you bend the paper a little and let up on the sides of the flower, you can kind of get it to move and slide around. If you just pull the flower, it's really delicate and it's going to rip. These little yellow flowers are from a forsythia bush that we have here on our property. Forsythia is pretty cool. It's very common. It's a bush that has yellow flowers that bloom in the spring. It's actually named after William Forsyth, who was an 18th century Scottish horticulturist. So works with plants, that's appropriate. Let's see, do I have anything else in here? No, that was the last of them. Let's see what's on this side. I had another smaller flower press. Ooh. I've got some purple ones here. Purple's my favorite color, so I'm excited about that. These small ones, this is wild violet. So violet, if you send that to someone, it means that your thoughts were occupied with love for the recipient. So if you love someone, you can send them some violet. This one's actually a weed, but weeds sometimes have negative associations, but sometimes I think that weeds can be really pretty. So I actually pressed this weed. It's called henbit. And we have it all over the property here at the Vance Birthplace. All right, last little set. Let's see what this turned out and looked like. I've got 2 pieces of paper here. Oh, I've got more wild violet. And it dried really pretty. The purple is definitely a little different than the purple before it was dried, but I'm pretty excited about it. Now, if you do not have a fancy pressed flower kit, you can actually do this with a book and paper. So if you have just kind of a heavier book, I'm going to move these things out of the way so that I can use a book. All right. I pulled one here so that you can see it. And you have some paper. All I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this book. I'm going to put a piece of paper here just to protect the pages of my book, because as you saw, some of the moisture is going to draw out. I'm going to nicely lay my flowers that I picked today in it. And I'm going to put another piece of paper on top just to, again, protect the pages of my book. And I'm just going to press these flowers, because it's a pressed flower bookmark. And I'm going to probably just press that down and let that sit for maybe a week, and I might change out the paper, check on it, and then it typically doesn't take too much longer. All of these flowers that I pressed, I changed out the paper once, and then in 3 weeks they were good to go. So the craft that I'm doing is a pressed flower bookmark. All the flowers are ready, and I have bookmarks here that we give away here at the Vance Birthplace when people buy books. And so I am actually going to decorate the back side of this bookmark with flowers. I'm going to make one for myself with messages or from the flowers, the language of the flowers that I'm going to send to myself. And then I'm going to make a bookmark that I'm going to send to a friend. So I am going to get started. The way that I do this is I'm using glue, and you don't need a lot, just a tiny, tiny bit to hold the flowers in place. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, I am done. I have made 2 bookmarks. One I made for myself, and one I made for Lauren, who works here at the site. And you should watch her video before you do this craft on the language of flowers. But some of these I picked, as I pointed out, the red ones, this is quince. So in some countries, quince is seen for life, love, fertility. So sometimes people will even plant in some areas of the world a quince plant after someone has a baby. So I put those on there because that feels fun and loving. Wild violet, again, is thoughts occupied with love for the recipient. I put the wild violet on mine because I think it's important to remember to have loving thoughts towards yourself. And then I put the weed henbit because we need love too. And for Lauren, I gave her a little bit of the quince as well, for life and love and fertility. And then I gave her some of the forsythia from the site because it has a little bit of history behind it and it's a pretty color. And then I put a little bit of lavender on there for her to help send her calming, soothing thoughts. And also lavender, as we said earlier, can symbolize purity and devotion. So I wanted her to know that I am devoted to her as a colleague here at the Vance Birthplace. We work together every day. So one thing I'm going to do, and you don't have to do this, you can just leave your bookmark like this, but I kind of want to protect the flowers just a little bit so that they don't get messed up when I use the bookmark. So I actually have a small laminating machine here at the site and some laminating paper. So I am going to place my bookmarks in the laminating paper and slide them through the laminating machine and cut them out so they have a little layer of protection. And after that, then they're done. So I'm going to do that now. Okay. Turn that off. I have finished Lauren's bookmark. And you can see when it went through the laminating machine, on the laminating sheet, and the heat even made that yellow a little bit more vibrant and kind of, it's a little see-through, which I kind of love. This turned out really nice. So I'm going to cut around the edges. All right, so now I am done with Lauren's bookmark, and I can do mine next, but pretty excited with how this turned out. You can see the pretty flowers on the back of it, and you can actually still see through the flowers to some of the historical information we have on the bookmark. And then on the front, we have a picture of one of the doors here on the Vance property, so it's pretty cool. I'm going to give this to Lauren. I'm excited about this craft, and thank you so much for joining me for another Crafting with Kimberly.